everyone, Sophia here. Welcome back to my Etsy shop, Frenchy and Tubby. Today I'm going to feature 7 new items going in the shop tomorrow. That would be Friday, April 25th at 5 p.m. And I want you to stick around to the end so that I can tell you about this gorgeous necklace and so much more. Another woman-owned business that I am going to promote for you. It's the perfect time of the year. Mother's Day is coming, so how about you get a beautiful handmade stone necklace and matching bracelet. Stick around at the end. So today I have some absolutely gorgeous pieces as usual. I have crystal, I have bohemian glass, I have porcelain, I have gorgeous china and vintage glass. Oh, and a very, very unusual set of bookends. Let's get started with the thumbnail. I absolutely fell in love with these. These are by Lamberton, China, and they're actually from the United States. When I saw them from far away, I thought they were a reproduction of White House plates. It is made in America by Lamberton. I have 2 large plates and 2 smaller plates, 2 salad plates. This is a gorgeous pattern if you like cobalt blue and flowers and gold. Here it is. It almost looks like French plates, doesn't it? Like a Sèvres type design. So here's the number 1 large plate and here's the second one. And you can see that the design is different in the middle, right? We have these flowers here, and then this one has this set of flowers with the gold. The gold is in perfect condition. There's a few scratches, particularly on this one. It's probably been used, where you can see that the transfer wear has been damaged a little bit. And here are the 2 smaller plates, and they're not like super small. They're only 1 inch smaller. So here's one and here's the other. Let me put them in the right orientation so you can see that they are both the same. And when you put one on top of the other, this is a perfect set for 2. When you put them one on top of the other, this is what you get. How gorgeous is this? It's absolutely beautiful. It actually is not super fine bone china. It's more like a regular porcelain. They almost feel like restaurant ware quality. They're thicker than your average china plate. But I think that they are just gorgeous. Made in the USA. A few of them, matter of fact, I think they are from 2 different time period because the stamps are different. But this one says made in the USA. You see, this one is a brown stamp. This one is a green stamp or blue. And then my cat wants in. And then these 2 are the same green stamp. Let me let the cat in. Don't go break anything, okay? Look at these. So I think that since plates on the wall is back in fashion, they would look absolutely stunning as a set on a wall. They're beautiful. Of course you can use them. I personally would not. I would put them on the wall to decorate. They're beautiful. And they are ivory. They're a little bit off-white. Check out the pictures on the site. The link is up here so you can see close-ups. Again, they have a little bit of damage from, use, but the gold is intact and they are absolutely stunning. The next item is something that I absolutely cannot identify. And it's rare, right? And okay, that includes my glass collector. We can't find it, but it is stunning. Look at this thing. It's amber glass. We all agreed that this is 1940s, 1950s. It's amber glass with a pattern on it, right? It's a bowl, but the pattern is actually a silver overlay. Do you see it? Now, I did not polish it. You can if you want to buy either the Wright's cleaner or just a regular silver polish cleaner. You put it on and your silver will be like really, really bright in color. But I don't want to do that because I feel that having a little bit of patina is not an issue with it. It's not signed, it's not stamped. None of us could figure out who made it. It looks like Cambridge glass, but we could not conclusively say that it is Cambridge glass. So some people think this is actually Bohemian glass. I don't know. Personally, I think it's American. I think it might actually be Cambridge, but I'm not going to say and label it as such because I have no idea. We couldn't identify it, and I belong to quite a lot of glass collecting and identification groups. So it's a centerpiece bowl. You can put fruit in it, or you just use it as a decorative bowl on your dining room. Gorgeous amber warm tone color. The silver is intact. Very often when you find these pieces, you'll have parts of the design that has been rubbed off. This one is like new. There's no missing part whatsoever. And again, you can slightly polish it and it will bring the silver to a beautiful shine. Stunning. Even the edges are untouched. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's basically, do you know how they make this? It's stamped. They have a design, kind of like they do the wallpaper with a repeat pattern. Okay, so they make the glass, which is made in a mold. Kind of like they start with a plate and then they press it into a mold to give it this little swirl pattern you see here, and then the feet and everything. And then they take it out and they have another stamp that has the whole silver design on it, and that stamp goes right on top of it, and then that's it, it's done. Overlay of sterling silver over amber glass. It's stunning. Beautiful for a centerpiece. Beautiful standing if you want to do a decorative piece. It has a lot of shine to it, in particular if you're going to remove the tarnish. Bohemian or Cambridge. I think it's Cambridge. Beautiful piece from the mid 1940s to the mid 1950s. When I come back, real Bohemian ruby red glass. I was ecstatic when I found this. So this is for my liquor and after dinner drink aficionados. This is real Bohemian ruby red glass from early 1950s. Like most Bohemian glass, there's no maker. Many factories used to make it. The most beautiful thing about it is that I don't just have the decanter, which is in perfect condition. I also have 6 little liquor shot glass. Look at this. You see the color? I don't know if you can see the red color. Let me tell you a little bit about this type of glass. This is about as fragile as they get. So one of the glasses on the stem, I don't know if you see it, it looks like it's got a chip. It's not, it's a bubble. So they are in perfect condition. This is true ruby red glass, Bohemian, Czechoslovakia, in that this is flashed. This is not tainted. This is not painted. It's flashed glass. So I'm going to tell you how to do it. Let me put these down because I really don't want to break them. They are fragile. So if you have friends over and you're going to use those, just let them know. No cheering and going like, you know, striking the glasses. That's a guarantee you'll break them. Don't do that. Not with that type of glass. Okay, so flashed, what does it mean? They start by making mouth blown. They start by making the bottle in clear. once the bottle or even the glasses, once it's done with the clear, you see that, right? Clear. Once it's done, they then dip it into molten red glass. But the layer of red is extremely thin, so thin that it doesn't compromise the actual shape of the piece. So you have clear glass with another layer of glass over it that's red. Once it's done and it's semi hardened, they cut into it and they will make those little cuts here that you see, and those cuts will then make the clear glass appear right here, all around here. So when you look at it closer, you can actually see how thin the layer of red glass is. This is how they make the ruby red, the true ruby red flashed glass. And the same process is used to make these. They have the basic glass in clear. They dip it, add a coat of red glass over it, and then they cut it. It is absolutely beautiful. And this is true Bohemian ruby red. Now, when it's not flash, it's stained. And when it's stained, what happens is that the more you wash it and scrub it, the more you risk to having the color kind of rub off. And this is how you know it's a fake Bohemian. But this is real. It's from the 50s. It's a little pricey because of the process, the provenance, the quality. It's a one of a kind, absolutely gorgeous, and no chip on anywhere. Now I know it's very fragile because I have the matching vase, and the matching vase transported it and it chipped, and the part that chipped was the red part, and I'll keep it. But here's a flake of the red glass. Do you see how thin this is? And that's the reason why true ruby red flash glass can be expensive, because the process is very delicate, it's very hard to make, and they're also very fragile. And it is stunning, absolutely stunning. Okay, let's move on to porcelain. So today I'm going to show you one of the most recognizable patterns in China, which is called Indian tree. Indian tree was created, I believe, in England in 1802 by Cole Porter, and it became very popular in London and then very popular in the United States. So in the United States in the mid 1800s, Johnson Brothers repeated the pattern and it started being sold here. And then throughout the late Victorian era, a lot of people had Indian tree pattern as their china. It's still being produced today, and a lot of companies, because those patterns eventually become public domain, a lot of those companies started making the same pattern with some variation. This is the Maddock, England, 1940s, 1950s version of Indian tree. An Indian tree is basically a type of chinoiserie. This is not fine porcelain. It is still porcelain, but not super fine. It's not see-through, okay, or translucent. This is 2 teacups from the late 40s to mid 50s by Maddock. They're in really good shape. There's a gold accent right here, and then this one is the what we refer to as the Greek key pattern. You see the Greek key all around, and you'll see that I have another set, that's the coffee cups. These are the gold Greek key. So it has a peonies all around and Maddock, England stamp. This one is the vitreous china, that's what it is. That's the black stamp. Don't mind the camera moving, I have a cat getting bored. So here's one teacup, and again, handle a little bit lower than the rim, and then a flat bottom opened on the top and a flared lip. Ideal teacup shape. I have 2. They are beautiful. They really are. I'll be honest, I kept one for me. I had 3 originally. So here's the pattern. It's a collector's item. A lot of people collect Indian tree. And I see why, because it's a very elegant design. So these are Madoc, late 40s, early 50s, Indian tree teacups. But then I have the coffee cups. The coffee cups are also Madoc, England, late 40s, early 50s, but these are the coffees. So let me show you the difference between the two. Do you see the difference in shape and size? You can use that as a teacup too if you want, but this one is not as flared, it's taller, it is narrower. You want to go out? Okay, you got bored, right? But this one is not as flared and it's a little bit more narrow, so it maintains and keeps the aroma of the coffee. That's basically why the shape is a little bit different. You'll see that the saucer is different too. For the tea, it's a little bit taller. There's a reason for that. Back in the days, teacup saucers used to be more of a bowl because people would actually drink the tea that had spilled from the saucer. You don't have to do that with the coffee, obviously, so they tend to be much flatter. Same pattern with the Greek key. Now this Greek key is not as gold, but it's not platinum either. It's a little bit darker in terms of the color. It's a beautiful pattern, and I have to say they are in amazing condition. And same thing, I have 2, so I'll sell them separately, 2 teacup and 2 coffee cups. You can get over 4 if you want, but they are absolutely beautiful. So I'm selling them for replacement purposes and also for collector purposes. I personally, believe it or not, like the coffee cups better than the teacups, even though the teacup is the ideal shape. Okay, when I come back, crystal. This is another piece of Swedish crystal, a vase that I found, and I kind of featured it last week, I believe. Initially, I thought that this was either Orifors or Smaland Chitan, but it turns out to be Costa Boda. There's a little bit of cloudiness on it. You see that? I'm going to clean it, okay? It's really nice. It's from the late 60s, early 70s. It's typical Swedish crystal, meaning that it is polished. And the shape from all of the Swedish crystal vases that I've shown you so far, you kind of recognize their work, right? You know this is not British, French, or American crystal. They like this teardrop type shape. This one is really cute. It has, and I hope, I need something, hold on. Can you see the little birdie? It's 2 birds singing, and even has the action little, whatever you call them, stitches, or just to make it like it's sound. It's cartoony. It's really cute. So it's 2 birds on the branch. It's etched. It's a heavy piece. There's a few little bubbles on the inside. Again, I have to clean it a little bit better. I have to be honest, I was rushing. So you see there's some cloudiness, but when I send it to you, there'll be none. Because I'll be a little bit more careful and I'll have more time. There's only one little flaw. It's right here. It's a very tiny, tiny little flea bite. To be honest, it almost looks like it's part of the design, but it's a flea bite, okay? So as a result, it's going to be heavily discounted. It's late 60s, early 70s, Costa Boda, Sweden. It's really cool. I like the shape of it, and just like the majority of the vases, the design is only on the front. So if you want to, you can just use it this way. So you have 2 vases in one. Put your stem in there, you won't see the design. The beauty is in the polishing and the teardrop shape of it. It's a gorgeous vase. It's not signed. I'm checking. Not signed, not stamped. But I know that this particular shape also is manufactured by Orifors in Sweden, and it's not theirs. Theirs are signed anyway. So I know I was able to identify it as the Costa Boda. It's a cool vase, I like it. So again, I need to clean it better. Okay, my last item is something very unusual. This is either for my book collectors or those of you who collect really unusual items. Bookends made hand-carved argillite. These are totems, Haida totems from Alaska, and they hand-carved. They are bookends. They were very popular back in the 60s, and these are from 1965. Argillite. So I'll give you a heads up, because it's a natural stone and not plaster or epoxy. When you clean it and you wet it, it will give off this black powder. They're not dirty, you're not gonna get like the stuff all over when you touch it, but it's a real stone. Okay, so here's one, and I don't know, I think it's an eagle. I'm not very familiar with Alaskan Native American art, and they were made by Alva Studios in New York City, and it says authentic reproductions. So I did a little bit of research and I was able to date them. They are from 1965, so they, you know, definitely vintage. They're in super great condition, except this one has a chip right here in the back. But since you're gonna use them as bookends, it doesn't show. It will be hidden, and you're also going to display them looking forward if you're going to display them. So it really absolutely does not show. And it is obviously a brittle type of stone, so you got to be very careful. Don't bang them or anything, because you're going to have chips like this. And this is great because it actually really does show you that this is carved stone, and they're quite heavy as opposed to resin or plaster. I think they're really cool. So they're meant to be bookends, obviously, yeah, on a shelf, or you can have them on a mantle facing forward. I think they're really cool. So it's argillite. They are authentic reproduction of Aida totems from Alaska. Really neat. Okay, so this was my last item. What would I keep? Well, I already kept a teacup, so I don't need to tell you that. I would absolutely keep the Lamberton plates. I think they're stunning. And of course I would keep, hold on, I would keep the ruby red set. I just don't have the room for it. And I kept the vase because I chipped the vase. That was my fault. And the vase is quite beautiful too. So these are the pieces I would keep. All right, now you tell me down below which one would you like and which one is your favorite, whether it's the teacup or the coffee cup by Maddock, late 40s, early 50s. Now, you know, and I haven't done that in a while, but I'm glad I'm doing it again. Karen reached out to me and she asked me if I wanted to feature her handmade jewelry. And I'm absolutely, again, going to say that if you are a woman who owns her own business, whether it's a handmade craft business or even if you do exactly the same thing that I do. If you remember, I promoted Eileen and she's doing very good. Hi, Eileen. And we're not far from each other, actually. I will. I will support you. I will give you a boost. I will showcase you on my videos, and I will talk about you and talk about your business. Her business is called Bronze and Pearls. Here's her information. She is on Etsy, Bronze and Pearls at Etsy.com. I'm going to put different shots from her website right now so you get to see what she does. She does all handmade jewelry with natural stones, and she adds charms, lots of chokers. She does the bracelets matching with it. Really, really pretty stuff. So this is the one that she sent me. I love it. It's a choker. Look at the intricacy of the design. So it's multiple row and it has the leaves on it. It's such a pretty piece, and I think it looks really nice on me. And she sent me the matching bracelet. Now what I like about the bracelet is that she gives you the little tail here, which means that when you're trying to put it on, you can actually use one of your fingers to hold it together, so you don't need somebody else to do it for you. So she uses all natural stones. These are white halite. They almost look like marble, and they are super pretty. Some of them are slightly translucent. They almost look like moonstone. They don't have much of an iridescence, but they are absolutely stunning. Look at this. Isn't that nice? Scalloped with the little dangle. I think it's very feminine, and it's not a dated look at all, even though it kind of looks Victorian. So look at all of her pieces. She's quite affordable. This necklace is under $40. I think it's definitely worth it. And with Mother's Day coming up, if you have a mom who likes that kind of stuff, may I recommend that you check out her Etsy shop. She has really, really pretty pieces. And how about you buy one for yourself? So again, her name is Bronze and Pearls. Her real name is Karen. Unique handcrafted jewelry and artwork at bronzeandpearls.etsy.com. Please check her out. I'll put the link down below. I think it's important that us as women support each other. Ladies, the world is big enough for all of us to coexist and have our own business ventures and be successful. We can be successful together. So if you have your own business, whether it's an Etsy shop or a regular website, or you're selling through, whatnot, and you want me to promote you at the end of any of my Etsy video, I absolutely will. I just think it's important for women to recognize other women's efforts and want other women to be successful. And I want Karen to be successful because these are absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful piece, it really is. And I'm glad, Karen, that I picked the white one, because that goes with everything. See, if I had picked the blue one or the purple one, I'd be like, I have to only wear, I'm limited in how I can pair it. But the white is very neutral, so I can basically wear it with everything. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Thank you very much for sending this to me and the matching bracelet. And please go check out her webpage, bronzeandpearls.etsy.com, and maybe you'll find a piece for yourself or something you want to give your sister, your mother, your mother-in-law for Mother's Day. You only have 2.5 to 3 weeks right now to be able to purchase something, and these are very unique. So I don't know if she has 2 of those. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe right here in the corner, visit the shop. My link is up here and down below. Karen's Bronze and Pearls Etsy shop's link is also down below if you want to check it out and maybe purchase something for yourself or for Mother's Day. I think it's very important that us women support each other. And Karen, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.